Hey, what's going on? It's Jack Milocco from Beardbrand. It's been 1 month since I've started growing my beard, and now I'm going to show you guys how to trim up your beard to give it a little bit more shape and a little bit more definition. So like I said, it's been a month since I started growing my beard, and what a long 30 days it's been, guys. I usually don't go this long without trimming, but for the sake of this series, I went completely natural. This is what my beard looks like with 30 days of no trimming whatsoever. That was a long time, trust me. Like I said, I usually trim before that, but today I'm going to show you guys how to give yourself a little bit more definition, mainly in the neck area. This is the biggest problem area for me. The hair comes in super thick compared to everywhere else, and it just ends up looking pretty nasty compared to the rest of my beard. Once I trim it though, it's going to look a lot more like what you think of when you think of a beard, at least with the heavy stubble look. But once we get to about 2 months, then it's going to start to take real shape, and I'm going to be trimming along the way after this. So it's going to really start to look a bit more neat, and I'm going to show you guys how to maintain it more than just grow it, okay? So there's actually 2 methods you can do when it comes to shaping and trimming. The first one involves this guy right here, the multi-groom, just an electric razor like I used in my first video to take my beard completely off. This is just going to give you a nice basic shape. It's not going to get the hairs absolutely as clean off as you probably want, but that's where the second option comes in, and that's the razor. This, like I said in the first video, is my double edge. Been using it since I was 16, and this is going to give you the cleanest lines. It's not the best option if you just want something quick and dirty, but if you really want those sharp, clean lines, this is the way to go. But for the benefit of this series, I'm actually going to show you what you can do with both of these. So first things first, I'll get my mirror out. Very pretty, right? So I can see what I'm doing. And we're going to get right into it with the electric razor. So there's actually 2 methods within the electric razor method. And the first one is pretty simple. You've probably seen this online or heard this on the channel before, and that's the 2-finger method. What I mean by that is you take 2 of your fingers, find your Adam's apple, and just place them right above. And right where your index finger ends should be about the place that you want to trim to. It'll give you a nice rounded shape versus the too high look. Let me make a little side note, by the way. Guys, I see a lot of you out in the streets that are trimming your beards way too high. You don't need to bring it all the way up here. Right here will do you just fine. That's going to give you more of that classic round beard shape versus this weird kind of face beard thing that I've been saying. Now, I am totally fine with people rocking whatever they want to rock, but if you're trying to go for that classic beard style, stop trimming your neckline so high. Guys, it's going to look a little bit weird at the beginning, I won't lie. It's looking weird for me right now. But once you get the actual beard hair coming in, and if you want to commit to the real beard, it's going to look super strange if you don't have any growth down here and it's all concentrated up in your face. It's really, like I said, going to be a face beard. And that's not something you want, unless you do. So I'm not judging, just letting you know. All right? Okay, on to method number 2 for the electric razor, and that's to actually draw a line from your ear down to the bottom of your neck. You should have a perfect little semicircle right there. You can find that if you do this, you're going to get to about the same spot you would get if you use the 2-finger method right above the Adam's apple. I don't like that one as much personally. That one's a little bit too free-form for myself, but it's really up to you. I prefer the 2-finger method. But without further ado, let's get right into it. Okay, for the neckline, I'm just going to use the electric razor method, only to give myself a basic shape. I can go back in later and give myself some sharper lines, but because the hair grows back in so fast, I find that this works just fine for the neckline. On top of that, because the hair is so long in the neck right now, there wouldn't be any reason to use the double-edged razor. That would just clog up the razor and it wouldn't really get anything done. I mentioned that in my first video when I talked about taking my full beard off. So this is your friend when the hair is a little bit longer. Let's just get right into it. So I find that line, and I think it's right about there. And we just put in, I'm going to look in the mirror, we put in that first line. And then you can kind of follow that around, and you can see where it kind of naturally, on my neck at least, naturally creates a little bit of a curve. Keep in mind, when your beard is still a bit short like mine, at least 1 month in, it's going to look a little odd with the hair coming down this way. That's why a lot of guys actually do take their beards up higher than they need to, because it does look a little bit better at the beginning. But like I said, as the beard gets longer, that's when it's going to actually look a bit more like a real beard if you keep this neck hair down here. If you take that off, it's just going to become a face beard, and that's gonna look really, really weird. All right, back to it. Let me just dust myself off of all this hair. Probably wasn't the best idea to wear a white shirt on a day when I was filming a dark hair beard trimming, but who cares? All right, so now you can see that there's a bit more shape and definition down here. I can go in later today and shave this off with a double edge razor, but just for the purpose of this video, I actually missed a few hairs right there. I will go back and get those, but for the purpose of this video, I just wanted to show you a quick and dirty way to get this all off and create a bit of a shape. Okay, now for the cheek line, you're not going to really want to use the electric razor method. You can, but I find that using the double edge will give you much straighter lines and give you a much sharper and more neat looking beard. A lot of guys will rock the natural look, and that's completely fine, but I found that with my beard, shaving in that neater line right there kind of accentuates where my hair dips down right there, and I like to rock that look. I talked about in the last video finding a beard style that really highlights the best part of your growth and your density. That works for me, so that's what I go with. So I'm just going to prepare my double edge real quick, and then we're going to get right into it. Now that my double edge is prepped, I got the blade in there, I'm going to go ahead and prep my face. Now I'm going to do this on camera just so you can remember how to do a wet shave real quick. I already did a video on how to do a full wet shave, but just for the benefit of this, I'll do it again real quick. You're going to want to get your badger hair brush nice and wet. I've got a little bowl right here full of warm water. Okay, squeeze out the excess water just so that it's just slightly damp like that. You're going to want to get your shaving gel or soap or whatever you use. Right now I'm using cream. Get the hair that you want to shave nice wet. Okay, get yourself just about I'd say fingertip length or fingertip amount of gel or cream on there. It's a little bit different if you're using soap. In my last tutorial I showed how to do soap. This time I'll show how to do cream, so you're going to want to use about that much. And just get it on the tip of the brush. And if you don't have a scuttle, which I don't have, I find this method works really well. Get your hand a little bit wet and just lather within your hand. And once you've got that lather worked up, hold the brush between your fingers like that and just simply get a little bit on there. You don't want to get too much on there because you won't be able to see the line as easily. So we'll do that. Wash off the hand. Get your blade ready. Remember my little tip from last time. If you really want a close shave that's clean and won't give you too many razor bumps, go ahead and soak your blades in rubbing alcohol before you use them. I've already soaked this one. All right, so now we're just gonna get right to it. Make the skin nice and tight and just go right in. Remember, with a double edge, you let it do all the work. Between it and gravity, that's the only force that needs to go on this. Don't push down or you're going to cut yourself. These are very sharp and a little bit different than shaving with your normal multi-blade razor. All right? And you can already see that looks much cleaner. I like to shave this in and give myself that nice sharp line, and you can see that just goes from my sideburn all the way down to where it dips and then back up into my mustache. I'm just going to go ahead and do the other side real quick. Okay, and that's all there is to it. Wash that off so you can see. You have those nice sharp lines up here. You've got the rounded neckline, which is going to grow in a lot nicer than it looks right now. Give it some time. Remember, patience is key when it comes to growing a beard. But overall, this is all it takes, guys, It's really simple. Just use one of these, take it all off down there, and then if you want, use your double edge or your regular razor, doesn't really matter. Sharpen up those lines. That's gonna make your beard look a lot neater, and it's gonna come in a lot more shapely. All right, that's all there is to it. Okay, now to wrap things up real quick, let's take a closer look at my beard 1 month in with one trim. So guys, as always, thank you so much for watching. I appreciate you guys sticking around for those rough 30 days. Now we're gonna start getting into when the beard is gonna actually start looking like a beard. Of course, my mustache takes a little bit longer, so don't get your hopes up for that one too fast. But the rest of the beard, like I said, will come in pretty nice from now on. And from here on out, we're gonna start getting into actual beard maintenance, past the trimming and all that. Keep in mind though, I will be trimming from now on, so I'm gonna give myself these sharp lines and I'm gonna keep this rounded. So no more of that going completely natural from here on out. All right, guys, here's to 11 more months of doing this. Look for my update next week. Thanks. Keep on growing.
Beardbrand is a premium men's grooming company with products not only for your beard, but also your hair and body. Do yourself a favor and head over to beardbrand.com and take care of yourself. Or you can stick around and watch a few more of our awesome videos.